How are you?
That's right. It's cold out there. Make sure you wipe your nose and your forehead at the same time, kids.
That's right. That's right. We want to welcome you in, everybody.
How are you?
I keep trying to add you, and then you keep trying to add you, and it removes you, and I don't know.
Get the
Hello.
hints. I'm trying to hide backstage.
Oh, well, you can hide backstage.
That's okay. I'm here now.
Welcome to Tuesday night, where we have no idea what's going on.
Don't let it stop us.
Is that any different from the other nights?
No, not really. But we've got the gang is all here. We've got myself, of course, the boss JJ, the enabler Jen. We've got Mark. We've got Nate. We've got Mitch. We've got Blake, and we've got El Pipe Brian. Yay! And welcome everybody in. We've got a couple of watch unboxings tonight. We're going to talk about what kind of service do you expect from your AD when you go in? What kind of experiences have you had? All of that kind of stuff. But we'll start off with some wrist checks. JJ, you can just make something up.
Oh man, I got my Richard Mille RM08 on today. RM11. I'm sorry, wrong one.
Yeah,
I forgot which one I dusted off today.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Your RM2070 doll.
We're in heavy hallucinating mode already.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well,
JJ, I'm just glad you're not wearing John Lennon's Patek that you bought at auction.
there you go.
That I only wear on the weekends.
On the weekends, yes. That's definitely a weekend watch. Not good enough to go out during the day. So we've got the enabler in the house. Jen, what's on the wrist? Oh, of course, it's the UG.
And we have the UG bracelet to go
Very
with it.
nice. Goodness sake.
Little
We're all
lapis.
UG'd up. And we've got one of our unboxers tonight, Mr. Lucha. What's on the wrist right now?
The turquoise Aquaterra.
Beautiful.
Heck yeah.
And he will
Another
be
one of-
unboxing another Omega shortly.
And we've got our boy Nate, who will be unboxing this evening as well. Of course, he's wearing a Cartier.
Nah, that's a banger.
The Santos de Cartier, which is my daily. I wear this probably more than any other watch.
It's just depends on which Santos, or is it that Santos?
No, this particular one on the bracelet is the one that gets worn the absolute most.
Oh man, we've got Mitch in. What's going on tonight, Mitch?
Oh, today we are speedy Tuesdaying with Mr. 321.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Little
Very
egg-like
nice.
action.
We've got our friend Blake. What's on the wrist tonight besides the Apple Watch?
A watch I never wear, but still beautiful nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
oh.
Beautiful.
nice.
I forgot you had that watch. I haven't seen it in so long.
It's dusty
Man.
for sure. It's dusty next to the Richard Milles that JJ's got.
Yeah,
I
that's
know, right?
By the
And,
way, I heard that JLC increased the water proofness of the new Reversos to 50 meters, so they can now be used for water polo.
Oh, very good. Now, after that lame attempt at a joke, we've got Brian.
A lamer attempt of a joke.
Second lame attempt at a joke.
I only respect you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so beautiful to be here. I'm wearing the pink Tudor.
Oh, nice.
Yes, because I wear the pink Tudor because it is a wonderful watch, and some people, they don't like it, the Tudor. So I say, fuck them.
Hermie.
So I say, fuck them.
They go masturbate themselves.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Oh, and I'm just wearing this certificate because I've just been inside all day not doing a thing. Well, I've been working, but
What is it?
no reason to put on a fancy thing to go to sit at my desk here in my apartment. Let me see if I can get it off and do it close up here for y'all. Oh, so many buttons to press, so little time. So there we go.
Yeah.
A little Annie Digi Certina today.
Very nice.
So we'll get that off of there. Put it back on the wrist.
I was Certina you were going to wear that watch today. Come on. I want to get in on the cheesy jokes too.
We've got Ducky in this evening. Hey, punters. Howdy, howdy. We've got Wristwatch Holic. Very glad to see you. We've got Ryan Hofrey in. Watch the stream, you godless heathens. There you go.
That's right.
One more and a full Hollywood Squares. Philip said he was going to come on tonight, so we may have him too. Duco also said he was going to try to come on tonight, so if he comes on, we'll have full Hollywood Squares as well.
They
He just
both
muttered his
messaged.
fingers to a circuit board.
Yeah.
No, they both messaged me and said, based off of the jokes at the beginning of the show, they will not be attending.
Because they can't keep up, or because why?
Yes.
Caliber
It's just
YQG.
painful.
Hey. Tuesday Night Live. Absolutely. Unboxing another Cartier? No. Nate swears it's something different. So there you go. Ryan Hofrey. Omega for the win. Lucha. I'll come back and count for you, JJ. Fantastic. We need lots of upvotes really, really quick because we want to get to these unboxings. What was that?
What?
Not a red box. No. No
It's
red.
No red tonight. No red unboxings.
So let's get those upvotes in early and often so we can get to our unboxings. I'm going to refresh and get the count real quick.
I think we need Mike to come on and tell us what we need to do right now, guys. Because there are 32 people in here.
All right, you got to go kill your dog and bury it in the backyard.
Shut up, Coder. Shut up, Coder. That's not it at all. Let me see if I can find it. Everything's been moved around since last I looked.
Well, while you're doing that, we were checking out of the hotel yesterday morning, and I walk out to the parking lot, and there's a car on fire 5 cars away from my rental.
Welcome to Florida.
It was not a Pantera. It was some white hoopty.
Jeez.
That's what happens in Florida. It's 95 degrees. Cars just randomly and spontaneously combust.
I was in the desert, but yeah, it was not a Pantera.
Well, that's good. Where were you in the desert?
Out past Terra Lingua.
I was in a little town called Henderson, Nevada.
Oh, okay. I know where that is.
Just a tiny town.
Tiny
town.
Yeah, and you know somebody else who's probably been there is this guy.
Hey, everybody.
Right
It's time to upvote. Woo! Look, I can even do it. Watch. There. It was that easy. All I needed to do is to upvote. That's all you need to do. It doesn't even take a wiggle of your finger or even just a wiggle of one of my teeth here to upvote. Just do it.
That's right.
I like the sound effect when he goes.
Just do it. So there you go, friends. Upvote. We have lots of stuff. We also have a super chat from our friend Mitch, who is the first one in the race. Latka lovers, sour cream or applesauce?
Both.
Yeah, I knew he was a radical.
The radical.
Applesauce on the left, sour cream on the right.
Tell ya, some people just can't control themselves.
Duco says he won't be on tonight. Had another hand done today. Pain kicking in. Yes, he said.
Oh,
I didn't know he had the second surgery today. But yeah. Hey,
Get better soon.
Take it easy, man.
yeah.
We want to welcome in Anteater. Good evening, y'all. And Hoyer Monaco is here as well as
This is the best one right here.
DP, liar, liar, Pantera on fire. There you go. So let's talk a little bit about your AD experience. And when you walk into an AD, what do you expect? What what are some of your good experiences? What are maybe some bad experiences? I know. Why don't we start with you, Nate? Because I mean, you were actually at an AD today. Tell me a little bit about some of your past experiences. Maybe your experience today. Was it good, bad, otherwise?
Well, there's a real different experience in my experience. It's a different scenario if you're going into a single brand boutique, a fake boutique that's single brand but actually is an authorized dealer,
Right.
and then the multi-brand authorized dealers. The boutique experience, they're all very, very nice. They're all enjoyable experiences for the most part. I hear about people telling stories. I walked into this random multi-brand boutique and the first words out of their mouth were, "We don't have any Rolexes for sale," before the person even comments on what they might be looking for.
That happened to me.
You really?
Yeah,
I've never had that happen to me.
I don't want to say exactly where because I still have hope. But yeah, I walked in and I didn't even say anything. I was actually, well, this might give it away, but whatever. If you know, you know. I was picking up my Royal Oak, and while I was, and I got the call for it. And while I was waiting, I forgot what they were doing. They were doing something, and we had like 20 minutes to kill. Actually, Hoff came with me when I picked that up. I'm pretty sure Hoff was with me. And I walk into like this jewelry and other brands. So I walk in, and the first thing on your left, as soon as you come in, is Rolex, and there's like Tudor and Omega to your right. So I make the left, and I walk up to the counter, and there was a woman there. She was on the far end. I didn't say anything to her. I just looked because they had watches in the showcase, display only, whatever. So I just wanted to see what was there. I took a peek. I was there 2 minutes. She came flying over. None of those are available. None of those are for sale. I'm like, yeah, I didn't even ask you for anything.
Wow.
I was like, I just got called for Royal Oak. I was just picking up my watch. I said, I don't plan on buying a Rolex today. She was like, oh, well, that's great. Congratulations. You got called for a Royal Oak? I said, yes, I did. And then she was nice to me after that. But then I
Yeah. I mean, honestly, of all of the AD experiences that I've ever had, I've only had one negative one, which I may talk about it later. But all of the experiences that I have are great. I'm not one of the, since I don't really drink, every time I get offered, when I'm picking up a watch, every time I get offered, you want champagne or scotch or something along those lines, short of Louis the 13th, I'm not going to be drinking anything at the AD, because that's exactly what I need. I'm going to go spend a whole bunch of money, walk out of a boutique or an authorized dealer with something very expensive in a bag after I'm already, 3 drinks in. It's a recipe for something bad to happen.
Yeah, either a fender bender or a burglary.
Oh, who the heck knows? Yeah. I mean, I have a really, there are 2 authorized dealers, actually 3 authorized dealers in South Florida that I deal with on a regular basis that are multi-brand boutique or multi-brand authorized dealers. Always very nice. I bought from all of them. Our collector group, sometimes invades on a Saturday morning just to go sit in the lounge and have coffee. And we've never been shooed away. But the special relationship that I have now is with a Buckaroo dealer down in Bal Harbor, who has been extraordinarily nice and very upfront in terms of the likelihood of getting pieces, and has provided me with amazing service. I've told the story before. There was a watch. It was a CPO Rolex, usually a recipe for spending twice what the market value is, but they had one that was one that I really liked. It's a date. It was my white gold, sapphire dial date. They had it for a very good price. I told them when I was going to come in to pick it up. And when I came in, the salesperson ran up to me to tell me good news that they were doing a 10% sale on some of their CPO pieces, and mine happened to be part of the sale. So, and the person was genuinely excited to say, hey, we're saving you another $5,000. Didn't have to tell me that. They could have charged me the price I was expecting to pay. But that's a level of sort of, they like what they do and they're very honest about it. So I have nothing but a lot of respect for them, and it's always a fun experience going in to visit, even if it's not to purchase anything, or even on days when I'm not even going in there to ask if they have something available to purchase.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go and hang out for a little while, have a couple of conversations about watches. They have masterworks at the Bucherer, so we get to see all sorts of new stuff rotating through every couple of weeks. So it's just an enjoyable experience. The boutique experience is very different, though. So I'll let somebody else talk about like single brand boutiques and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go to the guy who came up with the idea for the show next, who's going to tell us probably a different story. We'll see. But first of all, Anteater, $4.99.
Sorry.
Yeah, $4.99 for the super sticker of the fox going, hiya. Thank you, Anteater. You're in the race as well. We hope that everybody will do what they need to do to get into the race tonight, and we've got a night at the races coming up in the next couple of weeks where we're going to have all the races from the year. So get in there. Maybe you can win a race and win a prize.
Yeah, I actually started putting the prizes to the side here. I'm working on the grand prize for the yearly. Should be fun. Just a side note, not like asking for stuff, but if some guys have sent some stuff, if you guys want to send anything, now keep in mind this is to add to the prize pool. That doesn't mean I'm using your stuff instead of mine, but a couple of guys have sent in some watch cases and things like that. If you have anything that obviously you don't send in something that's like stained or broken, but if you have anything you don't want anymore and you want to add to the prize pool, that's where you send it, and I will add it and make the prizes even bigger and better. A couple of guys actually sent travel cases and some stuff like that, so I have those all put to the side. Yeah, pretty nice.
Hey JJ, you know what? I'm gonna try to get something out to you later this week, and you should add it to like whatever the big yearly grand prize is. It's going to be a Wolf 15 watch box.
Yeah, sounds good. Definitely.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
So Mitch, you came up with the idea for this show. I have a sneaking suspicion you have something on your mind about this particular topic.
I'll get to that, but just because what Nate was talking about reminded me that I actually used to live in non-watch wastelands where there were ADs and stuff like that, and the best part of the AD experience, particularly when I was in California, was you got treated like a member of a club. And so on any random like Saturday afternoon, you could find some substantial sub-segment of the Northern California watch collector group gathered around in there, and everyone would just be looking at the new stuff, sharing the watches they were wearing, no sales pressure. Invitations would go out if any of the brand reps or brand executives were visiting, and it was a very fun and enriching, as I said, no pressure experience. In New York, it was also no pressure and a lot of sharing of the new pieces that they had that they thought I'd be interested in. And occasionally the only real difference there is that you never really had the like the New York collector group shopping at the same time in these places, but you would occasionally run into celebrities because it's New York, and and I always found it interesting that when you take the celebrity out of their usual context, you don't really recognize them for a while. It's like taking Manny Ramirez out of his baseball uniform. And stuff like that. But yeah, so I miss that because now, of course, I live in the vast west. That's a good one. Vast watch wasteland of the St. Louis metro area. But that is completely different than dealing with the e-commerce world of pre-owned watch dealers. And I've been, as those of you on the WhatsApp group realize, I've been somewhat ticked off over the last few days about a particular dealer with whom, very well known, very highly respected, not Marco.
I know you didn't mean that in a bad way. It just came out.
Yes.
I mean, Marco wasn't involved in this, what I consider faux pas. In other words, I'll bring up again here momentarily. But spent a lot of money with them. And there's been several occasions in the last year or so that I've been dealing with them where I'm talking to them about a watch, or I'm trying to decide between two watches, where literally in the middle of the conversation, or an hour or two after I said, well, I'll think about it, get back to you tomorrow, where one or more of the watches are sold out from under me. And when I've asked, can't you put even a couple of these watches aside for me for a day? And we're not talking about Rolex Daytonas here or some ridiculously, or APs or whatever, And when I said that, the response that I got was a surprising, no, we tried that. It's too much of a headache. People take advantage of it. And I said, well, why don't you put limitations on it? Somebody who wants to put 10 watches aside for 2 weeks is overdoing it. I don't think you're going to find, too many people who would argue with that. But a couple of watches for a day, particularly for customers who have spent $1 bajillion with you, seems to be a problem. And what you're basically saying, the message you're sending, intended or not, is that you're more worried about missing a one-off sale to somebody without a track record than upsetting somebody who continues to spend big bucks with you. And that makes no sense to me. And as of yesterday, I finally browbeat them enough that they said they're now willing to do the 2 watches for 24 hours. But, I think that is something that these, places like EWC and, Watchfinder, the 1916 company, and SW, and all of the sort of well-known and reliable pre-owned or secondary watch dealers out there need to pay attention to, because it's really bizarre.
So I'll be slightly contrarian on that, Mitch. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I would want to have that myself. It's one thing when we're dealing with a secondary market dealer who has their website. But when they have a watch that is not only posted on their website, but now also on eBay, Chrono24, Bezel, and maybe a couple of other platforms, where you don't have the ability to just, kind of yank it off temporarily and then just republish it. I can understand how they could say that sometimes it does become, for 2 watches for a day for a good customer, I totally get it, and I would want to have that as well. But I can also see that it is, to some extent, a big pain in the ass when they have it on, maybe 5 or 6 different platforms and different ways of having to either pull the listing down entirely, make it not available, then make it available again. Does it, they may have been having it as a promoted listing and they're paying, all the other things.
Well,
but definitely if it's just on their site, they should absolutely be doing that for you.
A lot of ADs aren't able to use those services. Like ADs can't use Bezel, they can't use eBay, they can't use Chrono24, they can't use those third-party marketplaces. They can either have them on their website and then take money in store. A lot of times, like in certain instances, depending on your brand contract, you can't even sell or commerce on your own website. You just have to put inquire
Contact.
here. Yeah. You know, so like, especially for some of those weird brands, you know. But yeah, I think, I mean, Mitch is right. Like, they should just be able to be like, you know, you should just be able to come up and say, hey, look, like, here's where I'm at. Right. Here's 2 pieces that I'm contemplating. Like, I just want to go home and do a little bit of research. Like, do you mind setting them aside for, you know, maybe even a couple days, you know?
So,
give me time.
Like, unless we have an agreed upon deal and a serious deposit, I will not hold a car for you.
Cars are a little different.
It's a little different, Lucha. I think that, you know, for a secondary market, you know, pre-owned watch dealer, if they just have it on their platform, with a customer who has spent, you know, a couple $100,000, bought, you know, 10 plus watches from them, they know that this is not a tire kicker, not to use the car sale analogy, but you know, Mitch isn't a tire kicker. When I reach out to my friends at 1916 Company about a watch that I see on eBay or EWC, or, you know, the contacts that I have at Watchfinder for a couple of pieces, you know, Watchfinder is a little bit different because they don't utilize those other platforms. They pretty much sell directly through their website and only through their website because they're owned by Richemont. So like my contact there will absolutely place a couple pieces on hold for me. I have a personal shopper over at, you know, the Real who has said, just put it in your checkout bag, and I'm going to increase the time that it can be in your bag from 15 minutes to, you know, 48 hours. So it basically is locked up. It's just, I think once it goes onto all of those other platforms and the other dominoes, that it can become a bit of a hassle for a secondary dealer to be able to do that. And then when you make your choice, or you choose neither of them, to then get both of those watches or all of those watches republished on those sites.
I think the caveat too, it just depends, because a lot of times, like, you know, I guess as a sales representative, when I was selling watches and people asked me to hold them, I would, right? You know, just out of a courtesy, because I wanted to earn their business. For like my loyal customers, like if Mitch was my customer, of course, like you'd go to the end of the moon to keep somebody like Mitch happy. But a lot of times, even the pieces that people were asking me to put on hold, like we had seconds of, you know, we had more in the back, you know. And it's not like, I'm assuming you're probably not even asking them to put like a, you know, like a steel aquanaut or something on hold that you've waited 6 years to get, you know, like you're probably not asking for something crazy to be held, you know. Could be wrong.
Well,
but
it's when it's a secondary dealer, they will only have one of that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
So we've got
new watches from ADs is a different story, because unless you're talking about a rare hype piece or whatever, you know, if you go to an Omega dealer, not a boutique, or even, you know, if you're looking at a particular Speedmaster, you can probably get another one.
Yeah. Marine Layer, $2. Happy Tuesday, Marine Layer. You are in the race. Thank you so much. We've got one from our boy Phil, who can't be on tonight, but he sent us in this $5 super chat. So thank you very much for the cause, and you are in the race as well. And Lucha with $5. I like to mix the applesauce and sour cream on my latkes.
Fucking savages.
Another one of those liberals. Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's delicious.
You're about to be
Ryan
thrown
Hofre
out of the tribe.
Says always applesauce on latkes, Mitch. There you go. We've got 26 upvotes. We would love to get those upvotes in. At 30, we're going to have our first unboxing. Lucha and Nate are going to wrestle for who goes first and who goes second. So yet more entertainment on Tuesday night.
Well, my AD story is part of my unboxing. So
okay, so maybe we'll do you first so we can have the AD story and then the unboxing, and then save Nate for after you. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. But you know, with a name like Lucha, you ought to be ready to wrestle. That's what I say.
Well,
you would think. So for me, though, the boutique experiences, though, is very, very different. There are a couple of every boutique experience I've ever had, regardless of the brand, has been memorable and just as an extremely fun experience, frankly.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of really good boutiques in South Florida. So if I want to go to a true boutique, not just a Rolex store that is only Rolex, but it's really Swiss luxury or somebody like that, that's got multiple, they sell other watches at other locations. But,
right.
We've got Longa, we have Vacheron, we have JLC, there's Breguet, there's a bunch of them. But every boutique experience has been memorable, especially for the watch brands that I actually have some fascination with, because you are, absent, other than a Rolex boutique, you go into these places and the people that are working there do have a real passion for the product. That's the product they have been specifically trained on. A lot of them have been flown overseas to go and, go through training with the people that make the watches themselves. So if you're a watch nerd and you go into let's say the Longa boutique in the design district in Miami and grab one of the people, you will wind up, if you want to, in a 45-minute conversation over cappuccinos, talking about the site work minute repeater. And the history of the ultra thin venture, and not just this 30 mil, but there was a 50-piece limited edition rose gold one, and that's 40 mil, and you really can establish really good relationships that way with those boutiques, even if you're not actually buying straight away. And for me, the best boutique experiences I've had have been, in places other than where I live, not because the ones here are not great, but, going to the London flagship for Cartier, for example, on Bond Street is an experience. I took my wife and kids to that, and they finally understood why I enjoy going into the boutiques as we're all drinking our Fiji waters. Going to the Breguet boutique, going to the AP boutique in Geneva, going to the Journe boutique, walking by the Recef Rechepi, basically atelier as you go through Old Town Geneva, the flagship Patek boutique in Geneva. I mean, these are not, for people that are collectors, these are kind of pilgrimages to some extent. And thankfully, the brands know that to some extent. And, even though I can go walk into the, the Geneva Patek boutique and they're not selling me an Aquanaut or a Nautilus, nor am I asking for one when I walk in there. But even though they know that there's not going to be money transacted in that particular interaction, they want you to leave feeling wonderful about the brand.
Yeah.
Journe is an amazing experience. I've gone to the Miami Journe, I've gone to New York, and I've gone to London, and to Geneva, which is actually the smallest of all the Journe boutiques. And I've walked out of each one of those interactions feeling excited about the brand and like having all sorts of cool swag. They have a coffee table book that you can buy for $150 on Amazon, or, here, please take this and, learn more about us. So
Yeah,
I really enjoy those experiences.
Thanks. That's $150 on eBay. I appreciate
it. I am never selling that. I don't need the JJ Journe experience.
I'm just teasing you. So Blake, you've been on both sides. You've been the AD and you've been the customer at the AD. Tell me kind of from both sides. When you were working for an AD, what was it like? And then going in and buying something in an AD, what's the difference?
I think Well, obviously, I came from working as a retailer, like at an AD, before I really became like what I would call a customer. But something I tried to do as a sales representative is really curate like a unique experience, like catered to the customer, you know. A lot of times too, like, I was very, very, very specific and like for example, somebody would come in and I would literally after the experience, I would just go like write a long ass like note to self, like, went to school here, like daughter's name there, like likes this, likes that, and then if they would schedule an appointment with me to come back, then they mentioned that they like this or that, whether it be something that we can go expense, whether it be like chocolate or like Cheez-Its or something small, right? And then crafting that experience. I think that's what really impresses people. Like you have to do it in Vegas, right? Like, oh, how's Kathy? How's your wife? How's your dog Spot? When you have an experience like that, it really sets it to the next level. But when I go to the other side of the counter, I don't really expect much. I just expect like hey, how you doing? And then a lot of times if I go to the boutique, in most instances, I have a reason to be there, so I would hope and expect that the people that see me there understand that I'm not there for no reason, unless I give them like, hey, I'm just here kicking it, I'm just I usually will voice my intentions pretty quickly. And then, that Fiji water, a lot of times they'll bring out chocolate or, a lot of times the store director will just come out just to say hi, and shake my hand or, so I don't really demand much. And then, I like the invitations, right? Like I want to feel like I'm a part of the store. And when it comes to, them having events, them having showcases, like, those are the things that keep me kind of engaged with the store. And more recently, like they've stopped I don't know if they just stopped inviting me or just I'm kind of in a weird place with like the person who was my sales associate, she's leaving and now I'm getting transferred over to somebody else who's actually my friend who in a weird way kind of got the job there because of me. And so, yeah, it's starting to get a little bit better, I think. But just the small things, the small things, right? Yeah. And not to really toot my horn, but like I got this today from Zenith, these are the small things that I appreciate. And it's hand signed by the president, Look at that. So like, the small things, just to say, hey, Blake exists,
Yep. So yeah, and I mean, like I've been to events with watch groups at a brand, but I've never been invited by the actual boutique to come to an event there, even though I've never spent any money with them, but I actually got invited to a Christmas party at a boutique and I've never spent any money with them. So going Friday night and looking forward to it. Very curious to see what all we'll be doing, but I think it'll be cool. Brian, the holiday pipe.
Ho, ho, hey.
What are your experiences? What are your AD experience? What have they been like?
I've had everything.
Well, tell us a good and a bad.
I've had everything from the good and the bad all at the same AD. It just depends on, so it.
Talk about the Patek AD. That's a good one for both sides of that.
Speaking of that, I got my magazine.
Ooh.
Hey, look at that.
I didn't have to go get it, Blake. They mailed it to me.
I got one in the mail too. I haven't opened it.
Yeah, it's over here in the pile of stuff.
I'm not special enough.
Yeah, so my my current expectations out of an AD, especially when we talk about an AD that has waitlist issues, is to just service me. I don't need any selling. I just need them to be the conduit between the brand and shut up. But I do need them to communicate with me. And I am not the one that goes out and delivers pastries and goes over there and sucks ass every 2 weeks. I tell them, if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. But call me. These are what I want. And that's with my current AD here in Florida. That's difficult because, I'm brand new to them. I'm not getting much level of engagement when I do go there. So I'm thinking actually, because I'm in Vegas 1 or 2 times a year, that I move my point of entry with Watches of Switzerland to the Wynn location.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I can get nothing from both.
Yeah. Well, they prioritize local customers here.
Yeah.
Well,
I can lie a little bit. I have ways.
Yeah.
But no, I've also had great experiences with ADs, but then I've also had an AD where I've had to go in there and explain it to them in heated terms that I wasn't being treated properly. And both times I did it, both times ended up with very hard to get watches 3 years apart. But sometimes you got to work. You got to,
when you're nice, sometimes you get an Aquanaut. Just saying.
That was when I set fire to every bridge possible, and then got an Aquanaut from him.
You did come back and talk to them and straighten it out, but yes.
Well,
I lots of bridges before that.
but I also poked a lot of places to get that conversation, and it was not, they weren't willing to have it until a certain brand said, hey. But then if I'm walking into an AD brand new, I've had really bad experiences, AP in particular. And walking into them brand new, I've had really great experiences. The visit that I had with RM was fantastic, and we all decided that it wasn't going to be for me. It's just, you got to play. I don't like playing the game, but you also have to find the places and the people that'll work with you and that work with you and your type of the way you work. Same thing with a car dealership, Lucha. If I get a dealership that's not working with me, I'll just walk out.
Oh man.
And find a different dealership.
We want to welcome in Tariq into the chat. Hey man, how are you?
What's going on, guys?
Sleeper hold on those kids and came and hang out with us.
Finally drugged them. Yes.
That's right.
Out.
Yeah. So I forget.
I'll just sum up my part by saying that I do have a preference for pre-owned. I always had a preference for pre-owned, and always, and that kind of hurt me. That kind of hurt and has hurt me in the wait list era of new watches. But that's okay. There's plenty of pre-owned watches that I like.
Yeah,
I do want to say, as somebody who was deciding who gets watches at one point, the most refreshing thing that you can say is putting yourself in their shoes, because when I was getting interest for a million pieces, like, how do I choose Jen over Lucha, over Brian, over
that's easy.
Rob?
Me
how
every time. I mean,
no,
that's not even a question.
That it was always the most challenging thing. Some people come in there and they try and wrap a story. Hey, it's my freaking anniversary, yada yada yada. Like, that's starting to get old. But something that one person told me that, like, I will never forget, and they say this, like, you probably have a million people interested in this piece, but if you make one call, I will buy it. I will be your one call.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that happens. You get people that put their name on some list and they don't expect it. They don't expect the call, and then you call them. Let me get back to you. Click, and then you have to make that same call like 20, 30 times. So after hearing that once, I was like, this guy gets it.
That's why when when things were starting to loosen up, I went down to the ADs that I had talked to that I knew were keeping an eye on keeping me on a list and trimmed back what I wanted.
Yeah.
Get hit with everything
this
and
weekend.
go,
You know what? I just did that this weekend and reduced the number of pieces that I had on an interest list down to really 3 or 4. The only other thing that I ever do with either AD or boutique is, you know, they're getting the same bullshit stories from 9,000 people. Every person who walks in the door, they have a crap job, especially when they're working for, you know, brands that are super desired, you know, because they'd love to sell you every watch that has an exhibition only, you know, label on it. You don't think your salesperson would like to sell out the entire store to you if you pull out a black card? They'd love to do that. It's how they're getting paid.
Yeah.
But I've always just taken the position saying, look, just like Brian, it's like there's tons of watches out there that I like. You know, if I'm being treated with respect and a little bit of dignity, I also understand that if you've got, you know, somebody that wants this watch that I also want that has spent $500,000 at your store, sell it to that person.
Yeah.
If there's a watch in your case and you have somebody that comes in that asks about it, it's also asking about an engagement ring, and you can bundle $50,000 worth of bullshit jewelry and give the person that watch, give it to them. I'm happy to wait until you don't have that situation. But, you know, as part of that social contract, when you have a piece and you don't have that situation of a heavy hitter that wants it or somebody that you can bundle a bunch of stuff to, I'd like to be considered if there's, you know, if I'm near the longest having waited for that piece. Is Lucha still alive or did he die? Oh, okay. There we go.
No, he's still there.
Got a bunch
got a $2 super chat from our friend George Varghese. He says he has 0 problems at his local IWCAD.
Yeah, because he doesn't go into it.
That would be correct, sir.
Oh, George.
Tariq, I forget, Tariq, do you have an unboxing tonight as well?
Oh, God.
Two unboxings tonight. All right. So
we better get started, man.
We got 3 more upvotes to get to our first one, and then we'll just roll them out. So get those 3 upvotes in, and we'll get started.
I also want to
unboxing.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to add on what Nate said too, because where you're at in your collecting journey is further than a lot of us. So when you're in that pool of people that like you're trying to get the hard to get stuff, right? But it becomes a little bit more challenging. And for example, me, like, you know, and a lot of times and some of my other associates, like we were looking at who had the develop to potentially be, you know, like a bigger customer, you know? And especially when you have 1 million people coming in for a Submariner, like you already have your Submariner probably, you know, or you already have your day date or your date just, or, you know, you already have, so it becomes a little bit more challenging. And when you get to that level, it just becomes a whole different freaking animal where it becomes spend over, you know, developing that relationship and developing that collector.
You know,
and what I've discovered is the hardest thing is if there is a watch that you want that is not an extraordinarily desirable watch in terms of 500 people have asked about it, but that brand just doesn't make a lot of it. That has been the most difficult scenario for me. Like, you know, I really would like an Eisenkiesel Date 840. You know, it is not a watch that, you know, Watches of Switzerland or Mayors or Bucherer, you know, those particular store or Swiss Lux have 100 people on a list for that watch. But they legitimately will get that watch maybe one time in the year or every other year. So, you know, you have to have some, a little bit of humility as a customer about that fact. It's not like, they've got like a stash of them in the back and they're just like laughing behind your back, not selling it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between, I've heard of people, saying they've been on the list, quote unquote, because according to many people, there is no list, for a Submariner for 4 years. Throw things at me if I'm wrong, but if you've been on a list for a regular garden variety Submariner for 4 years, you're not getting a Submariner.
They're not selling you anything.
Right.
But instead of leading you on,
Yeah.
they should just say, supply is tight. We're having problems servicing even our regular customers. Come back in a year and ask us again. But to tell somebody that they're on a list,
I think there is some confusion because the Rolex line is to notate their interest, right? Because there is no list. But then at some point, some guy probably was like, oh, well, I'm on the waiting list, for this Submariner, like, and so this whole hypothetical like snowball began of like, you're on the list, you're on the list, you're on the list. But no, I mean, that doesn't exist, It's more about if you're, desirable enough to give the watch to. And a lot of instances where somebody would come in and they would say, hey, I want this, we would have to go do homework. Like, does this person sell watches? Are they a flipper? Like, are they who they say they are? Like,
well, and you gotta think about the pool of people too. Like with where you're at, Blake, people are competing with Mark Wahlberg. Like, let's be real honest. If Mark Wahlberg says, "Hey, I need a Submariner for somebody," as a gift, and he's bought 50 watches from this place, okay, and you want a Submariner, who do you think they're going to give the Submariner to?
And rightfully so, in all honesty.
Right.
Patek for years played the bullshit game. And I was talking with a Patek authorized dealer that I've worked with. And they recently had a training where they have basically had the handcuffs taken off in terms of it's okay to tell somebody coming in asking about a particular watch, you're never going to get it. I mean, literally, that's what they've been told. You can tell somebody that rando that walks in off the street saying, I really at some point would like to be able to get, a Nautilus or, a rose gold Aquanaut. It's okay to tell them, I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen here. And you may want to look elsewhere or on the secondary market. And I'd rather have that.
Rolex is not supposed to say that. Like, Rolex is supposed to make you feel good about getting bent over. In
2025, they've just decided no.
We have 40 upvotes, my friends. Go ahead, Mitch.
It is possible, as Nate was hinting, if you're on a list, quote unquote, for an Eisenkiesel for 4 years, there's probably a good reason for it if the dealer's getting one every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a
like I said,
ball game than the Submariner.
All right. Lucha needs to open up his Omega.
We've got 40 upvotes. He's laughing. We got 40 upvotes. So let's start with the unboxing frenzy with Lucha. First of all, though, your story, Lucha, surrounding this watch.
So there's two ADs that I mainly shop at. One's a Rolex AD they have Tudor and Tag and a few other things. Used to have Karl F. Bucher. When I walk in there, I've been buying watches there since 2000, 99, 2000. I mean, everyone knows me. It's like Norm walking into Cheers. They're just like, Mark. Everyone just turns around and says hello. When I go to my Omega AD, when you walk into the Omega at this jewelry store, it's all the jewelry up front, and they got to buzz you in. And I say the girls up front because it's all women who work at the front of the store, and they're all, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Blah blah blah. And I walk back over to the watch boutique and see my boys, and we'll start chit chatting about this, that, or whatever, and we just have a good time. I just have a good time going there and seeing them. So to that end, today we had an early Christmas luncheon at the dealership. I'm off on Tuesday, so I went in for it, and the owner's leaving for Florida at the end of the week, so we had the luncheon, and I took off from there to go buy a watch. I was literally like, I'm going to buy a watch. So I bought this a few weeks ago along with the new Planet Ocean, and it's a great Gata watch, but I wanted it in black. I wanted to keep this one, but I also wanted it in black because it kind of goes with black watch goes with anything. So I go, we make the deal, we get the watch sized, and then my man Zach comes out and he's like, there's a problem. I'm like, well, no, I saw my credit card go through. That's not a problem. He goes, no, there was a problem with the crown on the watch. And it wouldn't lock in place. So he's like, I can get you one. It'll probably be here next week. I'll ship it to you. We're going over all this stuff. But I had actually gone out to buy a watch. And he's apologized. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, you told me about it. You didn't just have the guy get it closed and send me on my way and have me come back. I appreciate that, and because I was playing around with it a little bit, and the one time I did get it closed, but when I tried it again, it wouldn't close again, completely. And Aquaterra crowns are notoriously hard to deal with anyway. They're very tight.
All three of them.
Yeah. And I think I've owned 7, but that's all right. But that being said, I was kind of bummed out because I really wanted to leave with a watch. So I was looking around at all the other stuff they have. They have Breitling and Oris and Norcane and.
Please tell me it's not a Norcane.
Yeah, please.
For the love of all that's good and holy in this world.
And they have a big used selection and a bunch of Submariners. IWCs. George had IWCs in that used case as well.
Yeah, George says, I'm about to unsubscribe for $2. He says, please, God, not another IWC. I've heard this story. He got an IWC. This is the stuff of nightmares. And the $20 super chat from George. Oh, I'm sorry, the $5. F me dead, get to the point, new IWC incoming. And the $20 Steelers win equals new IWC.
Well,
George is busy tonight, friends.
the moral of the story is sometimes weird shit happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Look at that.
Lucha.
You put an IWC in a Rolex box?
I know, just to really
Yes, I love it. Do it.
Really fuck with George.
All right. So here's the weird part. As I'm going through the cases and stuff, and I'm there for an Aquaterra, and I'm looking in the case, and I'm like, I really miss my OP41, which I traded in 3 weeks ago.
I told you not to sell that watch because you liked it.
So you got it back.
I got my OP41 back.
When are you going to listen to me, Lucha? When are you going to listen to me?
Wait.
I'm sorry.
The ones that I said, get back.
Is that the same exact one?
It's the same exact one. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
so wait a second. I'm sorry. Hold on. I just need to make sure that I have the four corners of this story in my mind
Yes.
correctly. You sold it to them for less than it was worth, and then 3 weeks later went and purchased it for them at retail.
No. We made a deal.
Okay,
So,
good. Okay.
so I got more than what I paid for it when I traded it in, and then I traded. I pretty much. Well, I traded 2 watches and got some money back. But there it is.
It's a great watch.
Still fit for you and everything.
Oh yeah, because these Rolexes, I don't have to take a link out of them because they started getting cheap with the amount of links that they put in. They just fit.
Well, see, George, no need to have a coronary. IWC
It'll be an
strange
IWC
things to
next
one's
week.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade this in on a big pilots next week, George. You'll love it.
Pull up
AB,
the Mark.
so what
Show
did
the
Bubba
aqua
get?
timer that you bought back too.
I did not buy the Arc timer back, although I did look at it.
Oh Lord.
Does it count as
think-
buying the watch if it's just getting the watch you traded to them back?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said it was a weird, odd kind of a deal.
They just have a case full of Lucha's watches, and when he comes in, they just kind of direct him that way and
I'm
go,
not
"Which
even
one do you
worried.
want back?"
There's
now?
a guy there that he trades his watches in monthly. Oh wait, I kind of do that too.
You do that weekly, not monthly. It's worse.
That's his twin brother.
It's almost as bad as when I tell Marco he needs to just have a separate page on Berdine's pre-owned section of Nate's watches that he has sold to me in the last 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. So AB, so what did Bubba get? I say Tiffany Daytona. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, you don't know, but Bubba got him another watch today. But it's a gift for someone. So I will say, AB, as soon as his gift arrives to me, I will show you what it is.
He already told me he was going to give it to me. If you look at the chat,
Oh, well,
you missed
yeah,
it.
but you don't know the private chat.
It's
that we
coming to
had.
me, liars.
Silicon Hairspring, $2. Looks great, Lucha. Congrats.
Thanks. You know what?
There you go.
What the hell?
I don't know if you
I love that
congratulate
watch.
someone for buying the exact watch back again, or do you just laugh at them for a little bit and then move on?
I'll accept
Right?
any of the above.
So here's the question: is that a 124-300 or is that the new OP41?
No, this is I got this in the spring. It was the 124-300 with the sunburst style.
Okay, good, because that is actually the only 41 millimeter OP that's actually 41 millimeters.
Yeah.
Because the 134-300 OP41 is 38.2 millimeters.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 38 and a half or something.
And it looks totally different on wrist. So
Yeah.
congratulations for getting your
But
watch.
when you see it does look. Yeah, I know, right? It sounds weird that way.
Sounds weird all the ways, man. I'm just saying.
But it is smaller.
Oh, it's certainly
Isn't
smaller
bad.
than the Aquaterra 41s. Those
Yeah.
are, I think, 41 and a half.
Right.
But I still think it's funny that Rolex calls the 2025 Oyster Perpetual 41 an OP 41 when it's 38.3.
True.
It's because they don't want to change the verbiage, right? It's so trendy to say OP41. 39 just doesn't have that ring to it. 38 and a half.
It's like the heights they assign to college basketball players in the program. You know, it's all fiction.
So another $5 chat from George. This means Lucha buying all his mistakes back. IWC.
Buying an IWC is never a mistake.
See?
So we've got Tariq in. He's got 2 unboxings. So you want to do one now, Tariq, and then have Nate do his, and then you do your heavy hitter?
Oh
You
no,
tell me,
I
Nate,
defer.
how should I do
I defer to Tariq for his unboxings. Absolutely, I know what's coming.
All right.
Why don't you do the small one first, and then the big one? We'll end the show with your big one. How's that?
That sounds dirtier than you intended it, but okay.
Yes, I know.
Nate, do you want to do one first, or should I do both of
No,
mine?
no, man. I defer to you.
All right.
Those pieces are great.
Okay, so celebrating my 40th birthday, my wife said she wanted to get me a nice watch. And she said, and she doesn't know anything about watches, and she's like showing me a picture, and she's pulls up a Nautilus, and she's like, "This is what I want to get for you." And I'm
Oh, well.
And you said, "Me too."
You said yes, hon, and after that we'll be in bankruptcy court.
you do one of those oh bless your heart kind of moments, like, oh,
He
that's
becomes
sweet.
Southern all of a sudden. Yep.
That's very sweet. That's very sweet.
You're so pretty.
And after I explained it to her, we decided, well, our birthdays are close to each other. I said, I have something in mind, and how about I get something for you along the same lines as well. So well, I'll show you the box.
Matching Nautilus? Oh my gosh, Tariq. Oh my
Ooh.
God.
Oh my.
Yeah. So should I show mine or hers first? Ladies first.
Ladies first. And again,
So
George, another $2 super chat agreeing with Yiddish that it's not a mistake to do the IWC, it's a disaster. There you go, George. You should be happy now. You got a couple of APs to look at.
And I've been asking my wife to let me upgrade her watch for the longest time because I'm tired of buying watches for myself. And she finally let me. Let me see if I can adjust this.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the words that you just said before. You are tired of buying watches for yourself.
Yeah, I like that. That's
What
some
lizard? Yeah, what lizard person has replaced Tariq?
Ooh.
This is what I got her. Let's see if I can get that in there.
Is that a two-tone? Looks two-tone.
Two-tone, 34 millimeter, gray
Blue
dial.
Oh, gray dial. Okay. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great.
Dang.
Yeah.
Come
So,
on. Take
finally-
note, guys. This is how you treat your lady friends. Be nice to them.
Finally upgraded her date just she's had for going on 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
I think she's more than a lady friend, Jen. This is his wife, right? So.
Mother
Some
mother
people
of my
call
children.
it marriage. Some people
Yeah,
call
there
it
you go.
partnership. I just say lady friend.
I will say she is my best friend. She is definitely deserving. Absolutely. And what I got for myself was, so I already got the Vacheron with the blue dial. I got my day date with the green dial. So
Wait, you have the Vacheron with the blue dial, the best $15,000 watch in all of watchdom?
It's the best $15,000 watch. Absolutely. And now I got this guy.
Whoa.
Oh, they have matching watches. Nice.
15510 ST with the gray dial.
Such a good
Very
one.
I love the gray dial. It's so classic.
And yeah, I'm absolutely loving this thing. And so yeah, we got matching watches, guys.
That is so cool, man.
Very cool.
That's it. That's a happy birthday to me.
Yeah, I would
Is her-
say.
What size is your wife's watch?
34.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did say that.
Now,
Sorry.
hopefully, with those bangers, everyone is.
Oh my God! Really? Is she a toddler? What the heck, man?
She is tiny. Yes.
Oh my word!
Will her watch fit inside of yours?
Maybe.
Nope.
Pretty dang close.
Just barely.
Yes. Basically, what Brian was just asking is, would you please scratch the shit out of both of your watches?
I didn't ask him to do it. I asked if it would.
It almost sounds like an SAT question,
I know, right?
And no champagne, no chocolates at the AD. Just got these mailed right to the house, just how I like it, And I've never really gotten the white glove experience going into an AD for whatever reason. When I picked up my BLNR back in 2017, it was like going into a deli and just buying a sandwich or something. Same thing with the GRNR, same thing with the day date. I just walked right into the back, gave him my credit card, walked out, and no floofy like, how was your day and like, what do you have planned? I will say though, my AD did, the one that I bought the day date from, did gift me tickets to a polo match in the Hamptons. So they had like their own like box with like 9 or 10 seats there. It was sponsored by them and Piaget, and so I went to go check that place out, and it was just like disgusting amounts of wealth over there that I never would have been around in any other situation. But they gave me that opportunity, and then they gave me a GRNR not too long after that. So I'm not knocking them for the no white glove service or the no chocolates or anything like that. I just like to go in, buy it, and get out.
So George Varghese, congratulations, Tariq. Matching IWCs would have been cause for divorce.
This guy's on a tear tonight, dude.
He is.
It's got IWC on the brain.
Oh, your
George
Monaco
is going to bankrupt
Royal
himself
Oak.
from super chats tonight.
That's right.
Seriously.
Is that a Royal Oak? No, it's 2.
2 Royal Oaks, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Is that a Royal
congratulations.
Oak, or are you just happy to see me? No.
Yeah, you and your wife are a great couple, and congratulations to both of you.
Congrats.
Thank you, Robert.
That is some awesome stuff. Speaking of a guy who only shops for himself and never for his wife, it's Nate. No, I'm just kidding. No, Nate he's shown us what he's gotten his wife for Christmas, and she's very lucky too. So our next unboxing comes from this man.
Ooh.
So
All
which
right.
Cartier is it tonight? No, not just kidding. We know it's not a Cartier. No, it's not. Put it away. Drop the Cartier.
We know you have a box. You have a stack of 12 Cartier boxes over there.
Actually, I do have. So as part of the great purge of December of 2025, I took all the watches that I've not been wearing often enough to justify keeping them in the collection, put them in their boxes, and move them into another part of the house. And there are several red boxes here right now, but not for tonight. So one of the watches that I did wind up selling recently was the Platinum Grand Manga 1, and got a very good price for it, well over what I paid for it, which was kind of surprising. And it's a watch that I really enjoyed. I really love, German watchmaking is very interesting to me. I've enjoyed having it. It's just that it's on a strap, and with the other watches that I wind up wearing much more often, it got neglected. So if it hadn't been on the wrist for 30 days, it was put into the pile to be sold off to a new home. But then I didn't have any German watches in the collection, and I was, as one is wont to do, doom scrolling through eBay, and I saw a listing for a watch that I've always been interested in, and it happened to be on the eBay channel for Berdines. So instead of buying it from eBay, I gave young Marco a call and said, "Hey, how much for that watch? How much are you asking for that $2,500 watch? No, how much do you really need for that particular watch?" Gave me a number. It was very fair, and he shipped it out to me. Arrived today. I sent him funds this morning, right around the time that the FedEx lady came, and I have truly been enjoying so far this.
Geo.
It is a Glashuta original. So our friend Brian the Pipe can immediately start talking about my Swatch Group shitter.
Yes.
No, that would be your Swatch Group Glass shitta.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
It comes in a really nice box, and then
Oh,
inside
wow.
of the box is a really nice box. And inside of this box is actually the watch instead of the usual, where I'm like, shit, I forgot to put it back in the box.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The
Yeah.
It is
green
the-
Panamatic
it is-
lunar.
Yeah.
The green Panamanic lunar. And I got it, and I realized that, I needed to use one of the links that was in the box. And then I remembered that Glashütte, like all German brands, over engineers the living shit out of everything they touch, because this bracelet, if you see it, it has nothing on this side, and it also has nothing on this side.
Oh,
Oh my word.
How do you add the links?
It's
Oh,
magic.
there are little tiny screws on the inside bottom of the
Oh
bracelet,
my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
and each link has 3 separate pins. This watch should be able to withstand like a nuclear explosion without the links popping off, given the engineering that they did. And I really enjoy this piece.
It's
40,
beautiful.
40
That looks great.
millimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40
Nice.
mil on the bracelet. It's only about 12 and a half or so tall, so it does still fit sort of like the dress watch aesthetic that I really like. Oh, good, getting a little bit of the green there.
Yeah.
And
It's a beautiful
already
style.
purchased and have ordered the deployant buckle for it, so I will be
Oh, okay.
picking up, I think, a glossy emerald green strap to kind of have that
Ooh.
have that as an option. And honestly, there's no way to say it otherwise. I mean, with a straight face, the Longa is a technically, more watch than a Geo. The Grand Longa one is it's platinum. It's 42 mil. It is a beefy watch, especially on the deployant that I bought as an accessory for it. But honestly, it was just a lot of gray, and this one gives you this beautiful green sunburst dial, and I'm looking forward to wearing this and enjoying it for a good long time.
Congrats. It's beautiful. I love those watches.
yeah, good
It's a great
Christmas
watch.
watch too, being green.
And it's a left-hander.
And if you put it on a
have
rubber, it's a sports watch.
Everything on rubber is a sports watch.
That's right.
Does it have a
speaking-
micro adjust?
Yeah, it does actually. So the Glashütte Original, Nomos, IWC, and Moser all get their buckles, I think, from the same manufacturer.
So it's a push button.
Yeah, you push
Oh,
the
okay.
Geo and then it slides. So you wind up having basically glide lock, but it's easier than Rolex glide lock, because you just push the
Yeah.
Geo button and then you can get like 10 millimeters of
That's
extension.
sick. That's sick.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So speaking of guys who love IWC, George is back. $2 super chat. Congrats, Nate. Nice GO. There you go. And we've got a $2.26 from Mobster. Congrats to all the unboxings. Yeah, come on. What other show are you going to get 2 APs, a Rolex, and a GO all in one show? Come on.
I'm not
Yeah,
even sure. I'm not even sure the Rolex counted.
And what's actually interesting is you've got those 4 unboxings, and the least expensive watch is the Glashütte Original on the bracelet.
Oh, man. So we're going to give a 2-minute warning for the race. If you want to get in the race, 2 minutes. And we will be racing reindeer this evening. The
How
spirit
festive.
of the holiday. Yes, how festive we are.
We're not racing dreidels.
They don't. You know what? I didn't look to see if we had a dreidel race.
No,
I'll
they
have to
don't.
check.
Oh, great. Brian's going to call the friggin' ADL and get the channel canceled.
Yeah, with all my Christmas stuff up here.
Yeah. Let's
Always the freaking yid.
take a good look at Brian's Christmas stuff here. There you go. Look at that. Frosty. You got Frosty. You got Santa, Bucky Squirrel. You got
There's Snoopy
Baby
on
Yoda.
on his doghouse.
yeah.
Baby Yoda. Grogu is Christmas. Grogu is somewhere. Yeah, that's it for now. More to come. Oh, the Nutcracker holding a pipe.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that an Atmos?
That's an Atmos clock. Yeah.
Very cool.
Oops.
Oh, pipe fell out.
Yeah. Well, pipe goes back in.
There you go. Look at that.
Is that the pipe you bought for your granddaughter?
That's the pipe that I gave to her because I already had it. Yeah, her parents were not happy with that picture.
I would imagine not.
They can get the fruck over it.
Well, you're wearing the watch for your granddaughter and have the pipe for your granddaughter.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Passing down bad habits.
Yes. Yep.
Oh,
that's what being
you know
a
what I forgot
grandparent's
to-
all about.
Hey, Robert, throw me back up on the big screen because I didn't show the party piece for this watch.
Yeah, hang on just a second. We'll get you back up there.
See
we
whether
go.
or not we really can see it with any.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
movement, honestly, this is the geo movements are nice. I'll just say it, they are nicer than the longa movements. The longa movement
Wow.
is absolutely the longa movement is stunningly beautiful, but it is a 3/4 plate. So basically,
Yeah.
you see a bunch of stripes and a hand engraved balance cock, which is really the only reason I came on the show tonight was so that I can repeatedly say the word balance cock. And this one has
put your balance cock on display.
yes, exactly. And this one has a double swan neck, hand engraved double swan neck regulator for that balance cock.
Oh, wow.
When my Grand Longa one, which originally was probably $60,000, only has one.
The rotor is also like 20 or something, some carats of gold.
Yeah, 22 karat gold rotor.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Most brands will put some amount of gold on the rotor just for the weight.
Yeah.
And I like that it's like a 2/3 rotor.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
cool.
actually get the combination of being able to actually see the full movement,
Right.
as well as have the benefit of having an automatic watch.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
one last question for Blake, and then we're going to get to the race here. Hoyer Monaco asked, you used to work at an AD. How can I move up on the so-called wait list?
That's a challenging one because it just depends on your sales professional, right? So first of all, Nate is right. But it just depends. So you're gonna have like the actual like nerdy people that really want to see like people get watches, right? Like I consider myself a man of the people to a degree, like I want to give watches to everybody who I can, like Oprah, but no, then you have people that just literally just like hack their way to the top by spending money, so I think it really just depends on your AD. Because the way it worked when I was there, like I would literally have to go to bat and say, like, you have to go to the manager and say, hey, this person's worthy of a watch. Here's why.
Yeah.
Right. So that's always the challenge, so.
Yeah, I've heard that story from a number of ADs. When I got my first day date, which was a 50th birthday gift to myself, my sales associate at that authorized dealer says every quarter I get a chance to write to senior management for one client to jump over whatever. And here's the email that I sent. It's your 50th birthday. It's the anniversary of 3 years after you died, and you didn't stick that way. All the things, and they have to go and basically. I mean, FP Journe, I've been told by the folks that work at FP Journe that when a watch becomes available because somebody doesn't take an allocation, and it does happen, it's literally like a WWE cage match where everybody is pitching, which one of their people should get that piece, and they advocate for you. So they say, oh, well, why are you sucking up to your AD? No, it's not sucking up to your AD. It's actually, having a good relationship with your sales associate so that they know you and will go to bat for you when there's something that they may be able to get you.
I think too, I want to add, I didn't really give a lot of context, but something that I looked at was like loyalty.
Why am I not on the list?
What's that?
I said, why am I not on the list, Robert?
I don't know. Yeah, you did. Oops.
Something I looked at too was loyalty, right? Like, a lot of times, I was multi-brand. So like I'd have people that reached out to me, hey, can you help me acquire this? Right? Like giving me the opportunity to help you more. Also I prioritize people that would do that versus saying, oh, look at what I got next door. Loyalty, you got to be loyal to them, communicate things like that, I think, as well.
And we want to thank a gifted membership from the Ghost of Yiddish Gambino. One gifted membership. Let me go see who got that real quick.
That would be MCM 367 since we don't have names anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. MCM got it. All right. Congratulations. It's not even showing up on my screen here, but congratulations to you, MCM, on the very nice gifted membership. And excuse me. And I just lost all the comments, so there we go. All right. Am I missing anybody?
Yeah, you're missing Nate. Oh, wait, no, Nate's there. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. You're good.
Nate's there?
Yeah.
Just put Nate in. All right. So who would we like to add this evening? I think Hoyer Monaco has been very active.
Yeah, he's been very active.
And I don't know. I think somebody unboxing 2 APs should be on the list.
Yeah, probably.
We got Tariq on there as well.
Guys, I'm there. I'm Silicon Hairspring.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oops.
I appreciate it. Hi, guys. I'm Silicon Hairspring.
Doxing is going on. Hold on.
No,
You're off. So
Tariq's real name is Silicon.
Yep. We will do that. And
why are they wearing bathing suits?
They're wearing
because
ugly
it's and we're modest here. We don't want any naked reindeer on here. Come on, this show's PG.
Global warming.
So we have shuffled the characters, and away we go.
Oh man, I got a race next to George.
Yep, you do.
He's gonna trip me up with an IWC.
Yeah.
Anteater's in the lead.
We got Anteater in the lead. We got Mark second, George third, Mitch fourth, and everybody else is kind of bunched together in the back. But that may start to change soon. 14 seconds left. Here we go. Down the stretch they come. 10 seconds. Who is going to take it? Who knows?
Engage.
Somebody.
They need to get into the screen.
Uh-oh. It's AB.
There
AB turned into
George
Rudolph
almost
and away he goes.
Too.
Yeah. I thought George was going to make it there for a minute. Of course, if I'd put one George in for every super chat tonight, there would have been like 10 Georges in there. So, But we really want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. We will be back next week for the second half of JJ's Christmas party. So join us then. And then, of course, on December 30th, the last show of the year, we'll have Ariel Adams, the founder of, what's he founder of? I don't know. No.
Blog to watch.
Blog to watch. God, my old brain. A blog to watch founder Ariel Adams. If you're watching Ariel, I don't know who I am anymore. But we will be back next week for the Christmas party and the week after with Ariel Adams. And we hope you guys had a good time this evening and will join us again next week. See y'all later. Wear your freaking watches.